Back to Blender, we are with the default scene where we're gonna start to model the water lilies. So I'm gonna delete everything, switch back to orthographic view, and I'm gonna activate my screencast keys. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna load in my background image. So I loaded in my image and we can see it in the front on all the views, as long as you are in orthographic mode. And I'm gonna go to the top view by pressing Notepad 7, and then I'm gonna just move it a little bit to the side like so, and then I'm gonna start model the water lilies. So I'm gonna start with a circle here. I'm gonna get down the vertices really low, like 16 maybe. Yeah, I think 16 is fine. Tap into edit mode, and then I'm gonna do something like this and merge at center and shading flip direction. Okay, so here we are. Actually, we have a water lily. No, seriously, we now need to add some more details to it and add some variations. As you can see, some water lilies have this like folded edges here at the outer edges are a little bit folded. Which are pretty much closed, and there are a lot of types, so I'm gonna aim for like 3 or 4 ones. I think it's gonna be sufficient, and then using a particle system maybe we're gonna play with the size, the rotation, etc. So for the first one I'm gonna go pretty simple. I'm gonna just make all of these little wrinkles here at the edges. And for that, maybe 16 edges was too low, so I'm gonna subdivide it again. And I think it's fine like this. I'm gonna delete this part here. This is really dirty. And then I'm gonna again maybe take it at the center. Here we are. So now I'm gonna pick a vert. Each second vert, like so. There we go. And activate I forgot the name, the proportional editing, and switch to random and move it on the Z axis, like so. Something like this here. So we have like some variations, and you can go a little bit higher. Yeah, something like this here. I think it's pretty much good. As I always said, that these objects are gonna be really small, so we will not see all of the details. So being really subtle is not a. We can do something. Okay, so I think for the first one it's gonna do it. And next and I really like that here stretching effect here, as it gives it a more of an organic look, I think. I don't know, for the water lilies it's working perfectly, I think. Okay, and next we select everything, and or maybe select these two edges here and move them again up a little bit, so that gives more variations for the first water lily here. And next select everything, hue and wrap. Okay, so we're gonna make another water lily, and as always start with the circle, and this time I'm gonna take like 32 vertices. I think it's gonna be sufficient. So now I'm gonna merge it at center like this. I always keep. Okay, so this is another type of water lily, which is a little bit different, not that much. And what I'm gonna do also is again select every other vert from the ones that I didn't change. And what I'm gonna do is scale them a little bit inward. So we'll have this. Something like this. So we have this. I don't know how we would call it in English. I think we are fine with this one here. And we can go and add and create a lot of other types, and this what I'm gonna do now is create a new circle again. Yeah, 32 vertices is enough, I think. Put it right there, and I'm gonna aim for a one with this little really tiny hole here, and the next one gonna be this kind of water lily here with a big indentation here and a folded back edges, if I could say. So let's do the same again. Oh. Okay, again, and merge at center. Okay, and a flip direction. And the idea, as I said, is to make a one with this really tiny hole here. And for that, I'm gonna select this edge, Control B to bevel it, and then delete the faces. I think it's a little bit too slow, too small. Yeah, I think something like this could be fine. And don't worry about the geometry, we're gonna correct that in a second or two. Okay, so here we have our hole, and for this geometry here, we're gonna take it and move it down. Okay, we've selected all our vertices. I'm gonna activate again proportional editing and then try to move this water lily like so. Switch to smooth shading. Okay, so I think it looks good for now. Then I'm gonna pick this edge here and again change the proportional mode to like smooth. It's better than sharp. Rotate it, and I'm gonna double tap R so we have free rotation, and then rotate it like so. I think it's a nice water lily. And maybe finally we're gonna go for something for the last type of water lily. I'm just firstly selecting like random vertices and trying to squeeze them in so we have this jittery effect. And finally, as I said, the last one, which has like a big gap here or indentation and a folded back edge, and maybe we can go from this one here. Now I'm gonna create a new circle, something like this. Okay, again, same process. And finally, merge at the center, flip the directions. Okay, And if you want to move your edges with a constraint, you can double tap J. So the G key, so it constrains the movement of the edges. So as you can see the difference. And this one here has like a big indentation, so we're gonna take like two of these polygons here, faces. And for the vertices here, I'm gonna take this one here, go there, activate proportional editing, rotate X axis, and then rotate everything, something like that, and move it up. As you can see here, I think I took too much vertices and made too much rotation. So again, RX, move it up. And next, again, we're gonna take this down a little bit, RX. I think something like that could be cool. I'm gonna just adjust this vertices so we don't have like a sharp edges going on. As you can see here, the green water lilies here doesn't have this noisy or jittery edge effect, so we're gonna keep it pretty smooth. But as we love variations, we're gonna a little bit add this kind of thing here, really simple. And then pick the center vert here, pick the center vert with proportional editing activated, and then take it down. So something like this. Add another edge loop, change the proportional type to random, and play a little bit with that. So here we are. So we have our fourth type of water lily, if I could say. Here we have 4 types, pretty simple, not that complicated. The texture is gonna play a big role in making this more believable. We don't need too much details, as I said, because the scene is pretty much dark, and these are really small objects on the scene, so this why we're not gonna focus too much on the details. So the next part gonna be the grass strands, or the swamp grass plants, as I call them. So see you just next.